concept. I'll explain
Yeah,
it, bro. That
yeah.
shit.
Check. Hopefully everybody sound great. Hopefully they hear me clearly. They hear you clearly. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully the template looks alright. There we go. We here. There we go. Now they can see our beautiful faces.
We good. We
I
good.
think we go. Give us a mic check, J Main.
Mic check. Mic check. Can I be heard? Am I coming through?
I gotta
Clear?
turn that boy up. I gotta turn you up. I don't know if it's on mine, but I gotta turn you up.
Turn me up. Turn me up. They gotta hear this.
They gotta hear this. It's been a
I
while.
got some shit to say. I got some things to get off my chest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We fucking back, bro. Let's go.
Right.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like
Okay.
I like this setup. It's nice, clean. It's
It's
crispy.
clean, huh?
New logo and everything.
Yeah, you know what's nice about this show. I don't even like to call it a podcast. This show is like I just do it at my leisure. You know, at any time that inspiration a little bit sparks and I got the opportunity. You know what I mean? So
I like
it's kind
that.
of been nice. It's kind of been nice not being on a schedule, J man, a little bit. I can't even lie, man. I get to like concentrate on my life shit, yo. And now like every Thursday we fight into get to got to do a podcast and we have to plan to off the record too. It's been a lot. It's been pretty relaxing, I would say, and I could focus on life matters. There's a lot going on right now in my life. You know what I mean? A lot going on. Your boy, Sunday, going to Jamaica. By Tuesday, I will be officially a married man, sir. I'm joining the club.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. It's downhill from here, brother.
It's downhill
you know
from
how
here.
Seinfeld said in the Wale song, life is like a roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? You're going up, everything is peaches and cream, and then you're going down, shit bad after you get married. It's like, nah, I'm playing. Nah, shit gonna be the same, dog.
It's
Low
gonna
key,
be the
like,
same.
me and the wife got married. Nothing changed. Nothing changed.
What was the test with my beautiful, lovely wife, Addie? when I gave her the engagement ring, I wanted to see if there's gonna be any attitude, any personality changes, and she remained the same. So she passed. So I figured out that not much is gonna change after we make it official.
Yeah. That was the grace period right there. You had to, you know what I mean? Make sure she was acting right during that, engagement process.
All right.
Shit.
Shout out to the people popping in the chat. The dynamic duo is back. Your boy J Main.
Sasuke, let's go.
Yes, sir. Your boy J Main here for another episode of Good Gaming. This is number 6. We're back with another one. This is actually gonna be my last piece of content for a while, maybe 2-3 weeks. No, 3 weeks for sure. At least. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. Hope everybody's blessed, and we definitely got a lot of dope topics to talk about, J Man. We got a lot to cover, man. Some shit happened the last couple of 1-2 weeks, you know what I mean? Last 2 weeks, a lot happened, man. And I think, no person better than J Man to come and discuss these topics. But before we get into that though, I just want to catch up with you a little bit. This has been a while since we've been even on a video like this. Probably the last time I seen
since the pod.
Since the pod, right? So I just want to catch up with you, man. Life after the podcast, how's it been?
Yeah, man. I mean, life definitely it's been super busy after the pod. I ain't gonna hold you. I missed the Thursday show, but not being obligated to do a show every Thursday, it kind of opened up my social life because
a little bit more, right?
Yeah, all my friends and shit, niggas go to bars, they go out to, little social activities on Thursdays, and that shit be kind of fire, end of the week type shit. You working a long week, you go out, have a couple drinks, have some fun. And on top of that, me and the wife is our big year to turn 30. So we had to do a lot of planning and stuff for that and scheduling around that. So, we went to Vegas and shit for her birthday. My birthday, we went down to see the Chris Brown concert, which was incredible.
Okay, how was that?
Incredible, dog. I ain't paid $1,000 for the backstage tickets. I just want you to know that.
Yo, have you seen some of those pictures that came out of that shit? Yo, him gripping up girl's ass.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
don't tell me Chris Brown had your girl up like that, bro. I'm gonna cook you for the rest of this podcast, man.
You about to say he had me like that? I'm about to say ain't nothing gonna come on the time you ain't gonna see me wrapped in Chris Brown arms, my legs around his waist. None of that. I ain't doing all of that. None of that craziness, dog. None of that. So we just went to see the show. It was good music, good performance. I gotta say something real quick though, because it wasn't just Chris Brown at that show.
Okay.
It was Lil Baby as well.
I'm a fart. If I had the fart sign, I would have hit that shit still, but low key.
That nigga got to be one of the worst performers I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, he's one of the
That nigga is boring as fuck. No, he don't do shit when he performs. The best thing about his performance, outside of the music that I like, is his fucking jewelry. The jewelry dancing, the diamonds glistening all over the place. But performance-wise, he don't do shit but just walk back and forth and that's it. I'm like, dog, no jumping around, no hyping the crowd up, no none of that. These dudes is, I'm like, you trash.
J-Man, do not get me started with Lil Baby, because you already know I got Lil Baby slander for days. I really think he's the most overrated rapper I've ever actually heard. The way you listen to Joe Budden, you listen to all these other people big him up. I do not see it, bro. Listening to his raps is like listening to people take their nails on chalkboard and just scratch. I just can't stand his voice. Does he have a 1-2 joints that are pretty decent? He does. He got some joints that are kind of decent. But overall, something about his voice and the mixture of his auto-tune with the voice, it just doesn't sound right. He sounds like he's whining on every fucking record. It drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts. And to hear
his voice is definitely an acquired taste. It is.
Bro, his voice is and the funny thing is I like people with unique voices. I like how Kodak Black sounds over records. I think his voice is unique over records. Maybe some might say he sounds mad annoying, but something about Lil Baby, I just cannot stand him, bro. I just cannot stand his voice. And maybe that's why I just can't get with his music. But now I'm hearing you say that he's a shitty performer too. It's expected.
Terrible, dog.
It's expected.
Terrible. I'm just he had some bad girls with him on stage. They doing a little background dances. But as far as him actively on the stage, I could have listened to his shit at home. If you're going to just be monotone as far as your body language and your movements around the stage. You performing. This is a concert. You supposed to be not. You ain't gonna be dancing like Chris Brown. Of course, I get that. But you know how rappers could get a little Lil Wayne.
Let me ask you a question.
Him perform live. That nigga's an amazing performer.
Let me ask you a question. So, is he one of the type of performers that have the full track playing on the background, or is it like, you know, the radio or the
Yes.
TV record? Which one
No,
is it?
he has the whole shit playing. The whole
See,
thing
I
in the
hate. See,
background.
that's how I could tell like you're bad at live performance if you're a rapper, because all the greats.
Right.
If you look at Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and like who's great currently, you know, the Jays. Yo, do these guys use TV records where the vocals are not, you know, playing in the background? You're singing on top of the vocals. They're actually like
Right.
everything that they're rapping. If you watch any live Kendrick Lamar performance, this guy
Yeah.
actually sounds like he is on the records too, which
On
is
the record, yeah.
which is absolutely amazing. So I'm not
Chris
surprised to
Brown
hear
is
that
like
little
that,
baby.
too.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that little baby has, you know, he's not using TV tracks and he has the full records playing in the background, because you already know he needs auto tune for his whole shit. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Did his mic have auto tune?
Yeah, his mic had auto tune too.
Okay.
The whole
okay.
shit, everything
That
was
guy's
auto
trash,
tune. Now,
bro. That shit is trash.
like
bro.
Chris Brown.
But Chris was nice though, huh?
Yeah, and like he sounds so good. Like it was times where the record stopped and it was just his vocals playing. I still thought it was the record, but you could tell it wasn't, because he would do like random stops and then like start dancing and then start talking. But it was like stops where he like words were cutting off, so you know it wasn't like, you know, editing and stuff like that. That he could sing live. Like
Yeah. See,
put
like,
some respect on that boy's vocals. That nigga could sing.
Yeah. So like Chris, like I could see Chris Brown being a good show to be at. Like just anyone that actually gives you like a real true performance. Like a lot of these rappers, like you said, they just walk back and forth on stage, rap over their own tracks. They're not even like doing it, you know, on their own and shit like that.
Right.
Most of the time they let the fucking crowd sing the records and they just stand there. You know what I mean? So,
They just stand there.
Like, have you
Like,
seen some
looking
play?
cool
Yo,
and shit.
I know we off on the tangent, but have you seen like Playboy Cardi and them type of mans? Like,
Oh, yeah,
their concerts be
festival
looking
joints.
lit because just the crowd they just mosh the whole time, right? Like they just run into each other and they just vibe out, and all Playboy Cardi does is like literally just scream in the mic every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So I get that if you want that kind of experience, but like I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling with these artists, yo. Like there's only a few people that would actually pay to go and watch.
Yeah,
And
like
my list is very short.
A lot of that shit. The
Yeah.
Lox, when they did that verses with Dipset, that's pretty much what they exposed. Is that
Yeah.
like a lot of the younger rappers or the old school dudes, they'll rap like with
Yeah.
their vocals to just the beat, whereas the new school dudes to do the whole track and then they try to rap over it. So,
Yeah.
nah, I mean,
But
that was
that's
just
good,
breezy
man.
anyway.
But that's good, man. You got more time for social life. Saw some concerts,
Yeah.
celebrated your birthday. That's dope, man. What you been playing? That's the real question. You know what I mean? Because you had the reputation you ain't playing no games on the pod. So has that changed since PSP has been done? Like, have you been playing games out? Like, what's going on?
Absolutely not. I ain't playing a goddamn thing.
Oh, wow.
I dead ass beat those games because of the podcast. Y'all know I don't play shit. Man, I ain't got time for these bum ass games. It's like, nah. Now to keep it real though, I actually started going back. I'm playing God of War again right now to
I seen that.
2018. Yeah, I've been beating the Valkyries, beat those Valkyries for the first time on Gimme God of War. Cause I ain't go front. I ducked them the first time I played the game on Gimme God of War. I think I ran into like one or two of them. They whooped my ass. I was like, yeah, I'll be back later. And then I never went back.
Y'all boys,
So-
give me the God of War slander every fucking time. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Y'all
yeah,
give me that slander. But like I'm still standing my ground. No achievement. I'm not doing it. I beat God
Nah,
of
you
War 1 on the
gotta
hardest
do it.
difficulty. I beat God of War 1 on the hardest difficulty. You can check all this. I beat God of War 2 on the hardest difficulty. I beat God of War 3 on the hardest difficulty. I have the trophies to prove that. I'm not doing 2018. I did give me a challenge because there's no trophy. Why am I gonna put myself in anguish? And I've
Bro.
seen how some of y'all mans played. Like I remember watching this, like even in a BG clip. Man was just spamming the axe the whole fucking time, bro. That does not look fun to me, bro. I'm not gonna just stand there and throw my axe
No.
for the freaking 25 hours of the game, bro. Nah. So I did give me a challenge,
It's
and that was a
certain-
fun experience, yo, right there.
It's certain fights like that. The last Valkyrie fight. It's not really spamming like the axe, but like she throws everything that every Valkyrie has in that game at you. So you really gotta like pick your poison, and your window of opportunity is very small. So for that one, yeah, I would say it's not the funnest, but all the other ones, oh, that shit was incredible. I love those Valkyrie fights.
You know what
It's
I hope?
just
I
that
hope
you
Ragnarok
gotta get more
has a
variety.
trophy. Give me a trophy for that. Watch, I'm gonna do it because I know
They ain't
y'all
gonna have
trying to
one.
claim it. Yeah, you know, PlayStation, the direction that they're going, they're not even putting difficulty trophies in their game. We got Gamer 2323 in the chat. He says, J-Main, take off that trash hat.
Bro, is he
What
talking?
do you got to say about that?
Is he still a Miami Heat fan with Jimmy Bundles? That nigga came to the timeline with fucking dreads in his hair. That's how y'all boys get down
that
in
shit was
Florida?
that shit was crazy.
One minute he got a brush cut, the next minute he a bad bitch. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was definitely crazy. I seen him, I'm like, yo, wait, is that Jimmy Butler, bro? Why you got dreads now, yo?
That's Jimmy Bundles now. We call him Jimmy Bundles. He got bundles in his hair. He went to the 99-cent store and got the extensions and the weave and all that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's your king, Jeremy.
So besides God of War, yo, even just the past 4 weeks, you know, what you been on?
I was dabbling in a few things. Still playing The Quarry. I downloaded Stray. I gotta fuck with that. I've been trying to play the Stray with my wife because she loves cats and shit. So I wanna get her on that game. Elden Ring. I've been playing Elden Ring.
How far are you getting to that? Or not too far?
I'm still very early, very, very early. And yeah, it's just pretty much those games right there that I've been juggling. Back on Battlefield. They actually doing positive things in Battlefield. So
good to hear.
So you know what I mean? I'm periodically checking it out, and it's getting a little bit better here and there, but you know, still nothing like the old Battlefield games, but it is getting better. I would say that.
You know, this year has been a weird year for me in general when it comes to gaming. Besides the top of the year, you know, we had great games like Sifu. Incredible. That's still one of my standout games. I beat that shit twice. Got the platinum on both PS4 and PS5. I had to do both.
Yeah, you went back to PS4. I knew you was loving that
shit, bro. That game is actually absolutely incredible, and I really hope they actually just make a sequel to that. Exceptional game. Besides that, and I forgot what else came at the top of the year. Elden Ring as well. Like those are like my standout games. Ever since then, I can't lie. I just been like dabbling like old stuff. I've been playing a lot of old games going back. You know, I did the whole Jack Move inspired PSN account, so I went back and you know I beat games like SpiderMan Miles Morales, the regular SpiderMan. I went back and I got the Far Cry 6 platinum. I don't know why I did that, but you know I've been just playing a whole bunch of random shit. You know, it's just been weird. I've been playing a lot of old games. It's been kind of carrying me, but it's looking like at least you know the fourth quarter is looking a lot better for game releases. You know, we got Callisto Protocol. We got God of War Ragnarok. It finally got a release date. But I've been putting a lot of time in Returnal. I actually got the platinum maybe 2 days ago or yesterday. One of the other. I got the platinum, and boy, that grind was crazy. But man, I enjoyed every second of it, man. Returnal is definitely one of my favorite games on PS5 right now. Like if top 3 for sure.
So what? Like I know they got the what is it? The glyphs or some shit like that are random.
The xenoglyphs. So pretty much, you know, after you run through the game and you finish up the Act 3, right? For each biome, you gotta find certain collectibles. They're called scout logs and xenoglyphs. And pretty much since you already know Returnal's what's called randomized, like the world, it's procedural generated. Yeah. So sometimes some rooms are extremely rare, so you got to run through some biomes like a couple times before you find a xenoglyph or something like that. So trust me, I was pulling out my hair for a specific like biome 3 and biome thing. I was pulling out my hair because one room wouldn't spawn where it had a xenoglyph, but when it finally did, I was definitely screaming and yelling. I was happy as shit. But the gameplay that gameplay shit is too tough, man. I think that's what kept me going. Like the game just plays extremely well. And
I can agree
it's one
with
of my
that.
favorite games, man. It plays so good.
Because the like when that game first came out, I was one of the people that had those like issues with the game crashing and shit. And I really wanted to drop that shit like bad, but because the gameplay loop was so good to me, I was like, I'm gonna just keep trying and keep playing. I pretty much sacrificed my sanity for that gameplay loop because I love the gameplay loop in that game. So I could definitely you know co-sign what you're saying about that.
Yes, sir. We got some good news on Returnal though. It seems like that PC version is imminent, bro.
Oh yeah, it's coming. At this point, like we saw screenshots of the menus and they got ray tracing and options in the settings and shit. Like that shit is coming. Like I would be surprised if it's not coming this year.
Yeah, it has to be because we just got some new news that it's apparently verified for Steam Deck as well. I think some people are doing some data mining.
Yeah.
They found out that it's gonna have Steam Deck support as well. It's gonna be verified. So I think PlayStation is just holding that announcement in the tuck for the right time. But you know what? What I'm more curious about, like, yo, what's up with this Uncharted? Yo, is there some development issues going on with that joint, or like, what's going on with that?
So what I think is like what you just said. I think they're holding maybe 3 or 4 PC announcements in the tuck right now. And I think like I just have a feeling that they're gonna do a showcase like September, like they did last year, and they're gonna announce like four exclusive PS5 games or PS4 whatever coming to PC, and that's
You
gonna
know
be
what?
Returnal, Sackboy,
Oh, that's actually
um,
great. That's a great idea. Cause
Uncharted. It was gonna get the release date, and then I think
you know
what was the
what?
fourth one?
What you're saying
Uh-huh.
is low key facts. You know why? Because at this point we can expect PC announcements at their state of plays and stuff. Because they did it. They literally just
They
did it
do
with
it.
Spider-Man. They
Yep.
literally announced Spider-Man Remastered for PC. So it's not out of question that they'll do PC announcements at their shows at this point now, right? So we already
Yeah.
know it's a part of their game plan. Like it's not a secret no more. So you know what I mean?
No.
So
Yeah.
I think you're right. So if they do some sort of showcase in September, maybe that's when we'll hear about Returnal releasing on PC. Maybe get a proper release date for Uncharted, and maybe The Last of Us as well, because Neil
Oh
Druckmann
yeah,
did say
yeah.
that it's coming. They said
That's coming to
soon.
PC
They
too.
said soon
Soon
too.
after.
Soon after.
Hmm.
Soon after doesn't sound like 2 years. It don't sound like I'm thinking maybe 6 months to a year maximum. Then we'll
And
get the
Miles
PC version.
Morales too, because Spider-Man already
That's
got a
true.
release date. The
And
Spider-Man
they already
2018.
confirmed that Miles Morales is coming this holiday. They already confirmed
Yep.
it. It's in the blog post. So
Yeah. So yeah,
they're
they got
going hard with
they
the
got
PC
about
shit.
3 or 4 of them that need solid release dates that they could put in like a little sizzle reel or something, and announce that it's coming to PC on these specific dates and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But them PlayStation fanboys gonna have a heart attack, dog.
Nah, at this point,
Even if
yeah.
they know the initiative, they still get upset
Nah. At
when
this
they
point,
do
they
that
shouldn't
at
even
the
get upset, bro.
showcases.
Like,
They
you
get
know what I
upset,
mean?
like don't they be like, oh, this could have been a blog post. Nah, nigga, nah, nigga. Put that shit
Nah.
on the main stage so that everybody could see and support. That's it.
Yeah. Shit is beautiful. And Insomniac just tweeted out that what's it called? Spider-Man is also Steam Deck verified as well. So that's pretty dope. But since we're on the topic of Steam Deck,
40 FPS greatness. Ooh, can't wait.
our boy has been under a little bit of fire on the
Oh
timeline.
man. Oh,
He's been a little bit of fire.
Oh no, it's double down, Lex. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now at this point, he quadrupled down. Like this man is not backing off.
We already know how he is. Come on, bro. We've been in the
Yeah, I
podcast
know.
with this guy for how many episodes, bro?
Exactly.
He's the
That's why-
doctor. He's the
That's
doctor
why
of
I
this
said
shit, bro.
I'm muting the word because I already know it's not ending no time soon. This is just the beginning. This man about to drag this shit for the next 3 weeks because you know how he get down.
Yo, they're killing our boy right now, man. They're saying that, you know what I mean? He changed his tune. He changed his tune from the 40 FPS. You know what? But look, what he's saying, he's not wrong. Like, I agree with what he's saying, but it's just a mess. I think this is more of a messenger problem, Like, right message, wrong messenger situation, because
Yeah.
that's all it is. What he's saying is not really an issue with, the 40 frames feeling better than 30. None of that is wrong. I think it's just for the simple fact that we've just heard him for years, kind of like, be the 60 frames per second thing, you know what I mean? So the simple fact that it's getting some sort of a little acknowledgement, that's why they're killing him for it, you know what I mean? Like he's acknowledging it a little bit, so they're gonna kill him for it. So that's what's
Yeah,
happening.
he even could have like worded that shit to the point where he was acknowledging that 40 is better than 30. But the thing was that really blew me away. He's a believer in 40 FPS.
No,
like,
but I think
how?
no way he could say it. Even if he acknowledged, 40 frames per second is better than 30. Like, okay, I think that would be first of all obvious. But the simple fact of Alex saying that in general, I think people would have attacked him regardless. You know what I mean? Because
of who he is and
just who he is and how
FPS,
how hard he's went for games running under 40. So for him just to acknowledge anything 40 or anything below 60, I think they would have attacked him regardless. You know what I mean? So there's that.
And I just find it funny too because fucking PS5 was doing 40 FPS shit last year. Nobody from the PC side was saying shit. But here come the Steam Deck and motherfuckers want to praise 40 FPS. Like, this 40 FPS praise
you know
come
what?
from?
You see, you know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't got your Steam Deck yet.
Nah,
But
well,
I
I sold the
promise you
first
this.
one, but I got another one coming in.
Oh, you got another
I'ma
one
keep
coming.
the second one.
I promise you this. There's plenty of 60 frames per second experiences on the Steam Deck. There's plenty.
Yeah.
Majority of games I play on Steam Deck is 60 FPS on Steam Deck, bro. Yes, pretty much like how it goes is, the games that I usually have were bad PC ports. They usually don't run the greatest on the Steam Deck, and you would imagine, right? Even then, you might get it at like a 40, you might get it at a 50 FPS, and I guess people are saying, yeah, it's better to lock it at 40 because sometimes it just gives you better battery life. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you better battery life for the road and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, once again, I'm all for Steam Deck praise because there's no handheld on the market that's better than it. Right now, this is peak. If there's something that does something better, let me know. I'm gonna buy that. That, you know, plays it 4K 144. If that's available on the market, I would buy it. You know what I mean? But
no time soon.
yeah, exactly. For what it is, this shit is incredible. I think once you get yours, you're gonna actually really fuck with it though. I think you're really
now that you had yours for a few months now.
I've had it for a while now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like how like any of your thoughts changed on it? Have you grown to love it more? Anything you dislike
my biggest gripe with the Steam Deck is that you cannot download games while it's sleeping. Biggest number one gripe. That's the biggest L of the Steam Deck. Besides that, the shit is great. People try to talk about battery life, but when I really take it in, when I'm out and using it, you know, because you know I'll be driving the truck and I'm out at work. Like, obviously, I bring my charger with me as well. And if you're playing AAA games, yeah, you do get like around anywhere between like 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. But I've never like really sat there and let my shit drained out. Like, it's never been a problem. So.
Yeah, you ain't sitting there out and about
for fucking 3 hours exactly. You know what I mean? So it's never been an issue. But the biggest issue of the Steam Deck right now is you just can't download games while it's asleep. The screen has to be on the whole time, bro. The screen has to be on the whole time, which is extremely lame. That's probably my biggest critique for it.
Does it automatically fall asleep, or you could change it to where it doesn't?
After it's finished downloading, then it falls asleep.
Okay.
Then the shit would like automatically. Yeah, but while something's downloading, it won't fall asleep. You know, if you just leave it on the download page, and that's pretty much it. But besides that, the shit is fantastic, bro. I actually can't wait till you get your hands on it. I want to hear your impressions, what you think of it, because it came to a point that you already know me. I used to like really fuck with the Nintendo Switch at one point, heavy, right? I haven't bought a single Switch game all year. I haven't bought a single Switch game all year, J-Man, bro. Not even one. Not Mario Strikers. Nah, I haven't been playing them on Yuzu. I haven't been playing on nothing.
Oh shit, damn.
The quality and difference between games is that drastic for me, bro. Like, I think my standards of I just need that Switch 2 at this point. You know what I mean? I think Bayonetta 3 might be my only exception. That might be like the only Switch purchase I do all year long. So,
well, you'll probably buy it on Nintendo and then play that shit on the Steam Deck.
But the funny thing, Yuzu's not the best right now on Steam Deck. I know, like, that was kind of like the whole narrative. We're gonna play our Switch games on the Steam Deck, but you know, it's a software thing, right? Right now, I think the developers of Yuzu need to get Yuzu running better on the Steam Deck. Right now, Yuzu runs pretty well on desktop PCs, but on Steam Deck, it could be better. Yes, there's experiences like Metroid Dread that runs flawless, 60 FPS. There's a couple of other games that run like flawless too, but you know, there's some games that still need work on the Steam Deck via Yuzu. You know what I mean? So it's not like you could just play anything. But besides Switch games, it does play every other like GBA, Dreamcast, GameCube, Wii games extremely well. Like those, they play it like perfectly. You know, I was playing Mario Kart Wii on my Steam Deck, and I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That shit runs.
I seen you post the screenshots. I was like, oh, this nigga taking it back. Like that's probably the shit I would really do a lot on the Steam Deck, is play like a lot of those classic PS2, Xbox, Dreamcast type games. NBA Street, or NFL Street on that motherfucker.
Bro,
fucking Def Jam.
Street Volume 2 runs great.
Yeah, I would definitely do shit like that. Play some of the old school games that I missed out on, maybe. On that shit, but when it comes to like probably the AAA experiences, I think I could settle for.
You know
what? Know if I could do it.
You know what? I think some work, and I think that's what it's for, right? It's not made. It's a complementary device. At least that's how I see it. You already know, like, your boy got a 3090 at home and shit, and the craziest PC setup that anyone could want, pretty much, right? So. Pretty much, it's just a complimentary device for, I'm going away for 2 weeks. I'm definitely going to bring the Steam Deck and run a 1-2 games while I'm on my flight, and maybe some days in the hotel when I'm just chilling, right? So, like, it's something that's not to replace the PC, but just to complement the experience. Because of cloud save and everything works so great, you could start a game on your PC, then literally fire it up on the Steam Deck, and you'll pick up right where you left off. So, for, like, features like that, it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? But, I remember when I first got in, I popped in Sekiro, because you already know that's one of my favorite games of all time. So I popped in Sekiro. The shit was running around like 50 frames per second. I turned that shit off. I'm like, I can't do that. See, certain experiences, you got to skip it. You know what I mean? Because it don't work for it. It don't really work for it. But I know you might kill me, but I also popped in Yakuza Like a Dragon, right?
Yeah.
And that shit was running. I had that shit pretty high settings. It looks absolutely beautiful on the Steam Deck, but that shit was running like 40 FPS, 45 FPS. But I'm like, since it's turn-based, like it wasn't really an issue, right? Like, it was an issue. It was a turn-based, so it wasn't really a problem.
Yeah, turn-based, you don't really need the 60 FPS in terms of like the gameplay aspect.
So like you definitely have to like. There's compromises for its portability, of course. You know, the only reason why people are buying it because it's portable. I know people say and it's an excuse, but that's literally the selling factor of it because it is. Right. It can be taken. You can take it everywhere you want to go. So it is what it is, though. But yeah, man. Let's move on to some other topic because I want to definitely talk about EA. Apparently, they got some single player games in the tuck. You heard?
I seen that. I don't know if this is them turning a new leaf or what, but I like the direction if that's the case.
Yeah, they seen the success of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and they're like, you know what, maybe. Because I remember, EA had some really like harsh comments to say about single player games at one point in time, didn't they not? I felt like they were shitting on single player games at one point. Like they had some sort of
I think that's where that like hashtag came from with the whole. I was like save single player or some shit like that. I think it's because EA was saying some wild shit about like nobody plays single player games or some shit.
Yeah, they were saying some crazy shit at one point.
So now to see them say like it's very important and they really want to focus on it. Shit, if it took Jedi Fallen Order, then that's what it took. But for them, I think they said they're making a Black Panther game.
Black Panther. Ooh. You know what? It depends on the studio, but I believe the studio so pretty much this report came from Jeff Grubb. So hey, take it with a massive, giant grain of salt, right? It's coming from Jeff Grubb, but apparently he believes that there's a new studio working on a Black Panther game, and the way it's been described so far is it seems like you don't play as T'Challa, but you kind of create your own or you actually create your own character and you fight to become like, I guess, the Black Panther, or some situation like that. That's how what the information that I got out of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I was reading that too, and they couldn't confirm or whatever, like that you would be playing as. I hope it's not really the whole create your own character.
I really hope it. Yeah, me too. I don't want that.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and stuff like that, I feel like we need them to either tell like a T'Chaka or a T'Challa story within this game with the whole Black Panther, because who knows what the future is in the MCU as far as who like the Black Panther will be, if what they would do with who's going to take the suit, or if they're going to have some multiverse stuff going on. But I think for gaming wise, I think it would be wise for them to tell a T'Challa story. Something that they could have the player focusing on rather than you. Because when you create your own character, I don't know. I feel like stories never hit the same versus them trying to tell you a story that they want to create on their own. That you are, diving into that player.
Yeah.
It just don't hit the same.
I definitely
want
agree.
them to focus on that.
You know why? Because they got to make it in a way. And wait. First of all, how is this going to work? So. Black Panther? Are you gonna tell me you're gonna make a white character? You can make a white character for Black Panther? Like, how's this gonna work? Actually, I just took that
White Panther.
White Panther? Come on, bro. Oh man, Dr. Umar, we calling him up. Yeah, we gonna protest that shit. Nah, that's why they gotta be T'Challa. We can't have character customization because I ain't trying to see people on Twitter posting their white T'Challa, their white Black Panther. I ain't feeling that really, man. This is all we got, bro. They gotta let us. You know what I mean? They gotta let us win somewhere. How crazy would it be if you're only allowed to create black characters? You think there would be crazy backlash on the internet? That would be crazy. Think about that, bro. Twitter will go crazy for sure. I think Twitter will go crazy.
They would, but fucking like shit. That's like, it seems like the people that have backlash for shit like that, it'd be because they changed up like the race or the ethnicity of the character. Like, if that's the case, like Black Panther, from my knowledge, has always been a black person. So, you know what I mean? That would be natural versus
you know what? But the white folks is like, yo, y'all okay with all this race swapping on our side? So what's good, yo? What's good? The white people go definitely do that. You see what they do? Not my Captain America, not my Captain, not my Ariel. You see how they be going crazy, bro? They be going nuts. Oh man, shit is crazy, yeah. But that'd be kind of funny to see, to be honest, because you already know that like the internet's gonna go crazy over that shit, bro. Definitely
Yeah,
go crazy.
they say it's supposed to be like an open world game too. So
Uh,
I
it
mean, it
could
is the
work. It
Black
could work. It
Panther.
could work. It could work. It could
You
work.
know, I think so because he's somebody that's like he's
You know,
really fast
you know
and he could
what?
jump like long distances.
They should take a page from Respawn and what they did with Jedi Fallen Order and make kind of like a Metroidvania style of map, open in certain areas. And I think that's
Right.
kind of dope, man. Because I feel like not everything need to be open world. You know what I mean? Like everything is always
Yeah.
open world and just busybody work, and that's how they start filling the shit with like a whole bunch of bullshit. But I guess we
Bullshit.
gotta wait and
Yep.
see. I don't know how much I trust EA. It Takes Two was great, right? Jedi Fallen Order was great, so maybe they won't put too much bullshit in their games, and we don't know much about the studio, right? Like we don't have a name for them, like they weren't formally
Yeah.
announced yet.
It was a new Seattle studio, they says, and it's like former Monolith production vice president and studio head. So Monolith, they made the Shadow of Mordor games and shit like that. So maybe we'll get I know we probably won't get the Nemesis system because I think WB owns that, but
Yeah,
we'll get something that something. I feel like they did a good job with like the combat and shit at least, and
yeah,
the Shadow of Mordor games. So we'll
yeah.
see. But I'm
And
with it. I'm here for it. I'm here
I'm
for
here for it too. I want to see
for
it. I want to see it.
me too.
We'll definitely give it a chance. Definitely down for more Marvel IP video games. I'm always down for that. Apparently though, they're working on another Marvel IP, and it's Iron Man. This is according to
Mm-hmm.
Tom Henderson. He says take it with a grain of salt too. That's what you heard, but he hasn't got enough information to go out there and claim that Iron Man game is in development by some studios and by EA. So I think that'll be pretty cool too. Can you imagine if they kind of took like the Anthem flight mechanics
Yes.
and inserted it in
You took
that?
the words right out of my mouth, dog.
Right, that would be pretty
Pause.
cool, right?
Yeah, because like when I was playing Anthem, we all know how the fate of Anthem went. Like I feel like
Yeah,
if Anthem wasn't like trying to be a live service game,
it would have been
they
good.
could have
It would have
really
been
had
good.
something there. They could have really had something there. But I think it got killed by the live service aspect of it, and they didn't really get to focus on the world itself and creating a good story and building characters and shit like that. But if you take those same mechanics and those systems and you apply it to Iron Man, where he has multiple suits that move different and have different abilities, and you just pretty much copy and paste that shit
Yeah,
almost. Like
yeah,
that shit is
yeah,
perfect for an Iron
yeah,
Man game.
yeah.
It's perfect. Like I at least have the people that made the combat and the character designs and the way they move and shit like that on this project, if
You know
that's
what?
true.
Like you're saying, like Anthem had good qualities about the game. What killed? Like I feel like what killed Avengers, what killed Anthem
Mm-hmm.
was pretty much just the games as a service style, bro. Like if those games were kind of like single player games, they'll probably be pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're kind of designed around this whole model where they're gonna roll out content and do these weird little stories, so no one really knows what's going
Mm-hmm.
on and shit like that. Like if it wasn't like design like that, like those games will probably be pretty fucking good. Because Anthem and like the flight was really cool. From what I
Yeah.
remember, even the gunplay was pretty cool too. Like the game didn't
Mm-hmm.
play bad, but it was just like the overall design of the game that was just a games as a service, and you know how those go sometime when it's not done well, right?
Yeah,
So
with these
I'm definitely down to
Marvel
see it.
characters, I don't know. I think there's these characters are too rich in story and stuff for them to like just delegate them to live service stuff. I think with these
Yeah, I
characters,
agree.
you need to make like a single player rich story first, and then like I don't know, even if it's like a year later, then introduce like the live service stuff. But just focus on introducing new stories and good stuff about these
The
characters
funny
because
thing
there's a
is
lot
like
there.
the funny thing is like if you do one of those type of games, like a single player game like that, and if it
Yeah.
hits, like that's easily over 10 million copies. Like you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like these IPs are huge. It's their brand is huge, and like you said like the MCU is like it's a big thing right now. The movies do
Facts.
great, so this is just it's just easy money at this point. Just put out a fucking quality single player games. You're gonna sell fucking over 10 million units easily. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
hopefully we do see an Iron Man game and a Black Panther game by EA, and just hopefully they just take care of the IPs, man. They don't fuck it up.
I thought because it's funny though because I remember back when like Wolverine was announced for PS5 and how PlayStation already has SpiderMan. So a couple of Xbox dudes was like, "Yo, Xbox needs to get in on these Marvel characters." And I feel like these was the two characters that they named that
Yeah,
they wanted like Xbox to
yeah,
get games
and
for.
EA
And
got
now
that
it's like,
shit.
hey, EA got them. Like, bro,
I'm not
that
I'm
shit
not I'm
crazy.
not I'm not mad at that at all. Like I'm always a believer at what's best for the game, bro. Like I don't really care who's making it and stuff like that. But like what's
Mhm.
ever at the end of the day, what's gonna give me the best game? You know, I'm gonna find my way to play it. I know you too, you gonna find your way to play it if it's
Yeah,
dope,
of
right?
course,
So either
of
way, I
course.
don't care if PlayStation's making it, I don't care if Xbox is making it, as long as it's a quality game, bro, I'm there. I'm there for it. So
Nah, and Insomniac definitely got some. I guess I would say rightfully so, but like when the rumors came out about Black Panther and shit, there's like people in the comments, oh, if Insomniac not making it, I'm not
I don't
buying it.
want it.
Like
I don't want it.
Insomniac ain't the only ones that can make a superhero game. Like y'all gotta
Yeah,
chill, all
yeah.
right? They good, but
They're
let's
good. They're
relax
definitely
now.
good. They're definitely good
They
right now.
good,
You
but
know
let's
what?
chill. Other people can get a shot at
Yeah,
these games.
I
And shit. We don't
agree.
want all of them shits to be made by one studio. Like let's get some
Yeah,
variety in there.
because you never know, mechanics might bleed over, right? So it's
Yeah,
good.
of
It's
course.
good for other developers to work on different IPs, so they could bring fresh new ideas to the table. Not saying that
Right.
Insomniac can't, but you know,
Right.
you never know. You never know. It's just okay. Like, oh, this worked in SpiderMan, so you know, let's kind of bleed it over into this game, Wolverine. Right? You never know what they're gonna do with it, but I'm sure Wolverine's gonna turn out fantastic too. You know, Insomniac has been killing shit right now, so
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
we
whatever
need
they
to see
make.
that Wolverine. I need to see what that shit is hitting for. Hopefully this year at
2024,
the
bro.
showcase. I don't even think
2024.
that. I don't even
That's what
think
they
that.
said. That's what they said though, didn't they? Or they didn't give a date.
Nah, I don't even think they gave a year. I just think
All
they
right, yeah,
said in development.
the game ain't coming out anytime soon. Then that's just a fact. Then,
I say
cause
2025 at the earliest.
yeah, I think people are assuming 2024. Maybe that's where I got it from, and I'm saying that shit. But if they didn't show a date, because we already know Spider-Man 2, everyone's assuming Spider-Man 2 next year. Did they even confirm that, or did they give
Yeah,
a
they
release year
said
for that?
yeah. When they first announced it, it was 2023.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you know, shit can
A lot
change.
of
So
groundwork, and it's probably already there for Spider-Man, unless they're doing something drastically different. You know what I mean?
hopefully they are.
Yeah, I
Especially
would
with the
hope so too, cause
side missions and activities.
I hope so too, and maybe give us like some different boroughs as well.
Yeah,
I think
that'd
that'll
cool.
be better too, because I think Spider-Man's at a little bit of a crossroad if you ask me personally.
Mhm.
Yes, Miles Morales was a fire game. I thought the story, the boss fights were really cool, well done. His powers are done, but it did give me the feeling that like, all right, like was there really enough new here? And I think that's why the Metacritic score kind of reflected that it didn't really achieve what the OG did. And I do understand it's kind of like an expansion a little bit, like a standalone expansion. So
Right.
I'm hoping for the sequel they actually bring some really new shit to the table
Right.
with Spider-Man 2. But I'm actually curious where they're gonna take us with it. I'm actually curious. I guess we gotta wait till we see some gameplay.
Can't wait.
Yeah, definitely can't wait. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Call of Duty.
Oh shit.
Let's talk
Oh
about Call of
shit.
Duty. Have you seen what's been going on? It seems like Sony's shivering in their boots a little bit. Have you seen what's going on with this shit?
I definitely have. I definitely
So,
have, but I don't see what the big hoopla is about. I guess.
well, let's fill the people in
Yeah.
with this stuff. So pretty much, you already know Microsoft is acquiring Activision, and obviously Activision is the publishers of Call of Duty, the biggest franchise in the entire planet, right? So right now, pretty much for this deal to close, they're talking to a whole lot of different governments about is this a good thing for the industry? Is this gonna crash the gaming market? You know what I mean? They're having those type of discussions to see if a purchase like this could go on. Because if you guys don't know, this is the biggest gaming acquisition ever. I
Yeah.
believe this
What,
is ever.
70 billion?
This type
Shit
of
like
money
that.
hasn't been spent in gaming and the acquisition ever. So it's going
Right.
through a lot of different channels just to see if this can go on. Is it gonna hurt the industry? Is it gonna hurt like PlayStation can't survive? It can other you know what I mean? So it's going through its due process pretty much. You get me? So pretty much we got some information. Usually these stuff is like behind closed doors and we don't hear shit about it, but I think because of the way the laws are in Brazil, a lot of this shit is public information. Like you can find it.
Mm.
So pretty much we got some sort of reports of conversations that were going on with like the Brazilian government, that the people who oversee this type of shit of this acquisition, and they're pretty much we've seen some interesting comments from Sony about this Call of Duty deal, and it seems like they're extremely fearful because it's Call of Duty is a big part of their business. If you really take it in, Call of Duty is a huge part of PlayStation's business. If you go check, I believe MPDs and stuff like that, I think if you check out PlayStation's top selling games, it's Call of Duty. You know, if you look at previous stuff, right? So it's definitely understandable that PlayStation's a little bit like, goddamn, like what happens if, you know, Microsoft tries to play some fucking games? You know what I mean? This is a huge part of our income. You know, that comes to PlayStation because they do make money off each Call of Duty sale on their digital store. I'm not too familiar with physical. I don't know if there's any sort of money cut there, but I know at least on their digital stores, they do make money off that. I don't know if it's 30%, 25% for each Call of Duty sale and stuff like that. So pretty much PlayStation's a little bit shook. What do you think?
I think like in terms of like from a business aspect, if they is trying to like, you know, put little inklings out there or put words out that like might get the government to not let the deal go through, I think from a business side, that's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to do, right? They're gonna try, right? Like, I would step on this. I would step on this deal, bro. It's like a monopoly. I'm stepping on this deal.
If you got some shit that's making you money and potentially in the future it could be ripped away from you at any moment, or you gotta sacrifice some shit on your side in order for them to play nice. Then you gotta kind of try to do anything you can to step on the deal and make sure it don't go through. But also at the same time, I don't think they have to really worry because I don't think Xbox is gonna do something like keep Call of Duty off of PlayStation. I just don't see that ever happening.
I don't see that happening. But maybe what's PlayStation,
IP on PlayStation,
but what
too.
I think what PlayStation fears is probably the shift in marketing, right? Because that's a huge thing. The shift in marketing. Now Xbox has a whole lot of opportunities to, you know, make Call of Duty the best on their personal platform, and to drive more consumers. To drive more consumers on their end, and that would affect PlayStation and Sony's bottom line a little bit to a certain degree. So maybe they're a little scared of that. Because I actually agree with you. I don't see Microsoft ripping Call of Duty away from PlayStation. I don't think that even just makes right business sense. I think that would just fuck up the community, and the player base of the game is gonna suffer and all of that shit, right? Because it's a huge game. You got to keep the player base high to make money and shit like that. So I don't see that happening, but I guess they're kind of fearful of maybe the tactics that Microsoft can use to make Call of Duty just look way more appealing on their platform than on the PlayStation console. So maybe that's.
And I think on that article too, they was pretty much praising Call of Duty as like something that no one can
replicate, and which is low-key facts.
That's true.
Nobody has caught that thunder, bro.
From that aspect, they're 100% correct. There's not a single thing PlayStation could create, at least nothing that we can see in the foreseeable future, or nothing that they have, or something that they can create that will replicate that.
Yeah, that
this shit has been
success.
dominant since fucking like 2006, 2007. Like that's when I at least got on it heavy, and I seen the shift with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Like this shit is going on like what 15 years almost. Like
and it's still top selling game. Which is insane.
The best-selling game every year. Even when it's a down year, that shit is still doing crazy numbers that other games can't replicate. So
and Warzone has to come out and make crazy noise too, right? Make crazy noise.
Exactly. And like Fortnite is definitely doing its thing, but it's still not. It's not Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty. So
did you hear the number of developers working on Call of Duty? Like 1,200 or something crazy like that. Right?
Like I didn't know that. I didn't know that it's that many developers, but I guess it makes sense with the three. What do they have? Like 3 or 4 studios working on at any given time, working on the Call of Duty. So it's like
still a lot of fucking people, man.
It's a lot.
If Call of Duty anyhow goes under, a lot of the developers are out of a job, bro. Like that's crazy to think about, yo. So you know, I think it's just an eye opener. We already know Call of Duty is a huge franchise and a huge part of game. And even though like a lot of us in the hardcore side are like, it's a yearly release and we kind of like shit on it and sometimes, but to the casual audience and the people who buy this shit yearly, like this shit is a really fucking big deal. And Microsoft acquiring it is definitely big dick energy moves that they pulling up with this shit. You know what I mean? They're going kind of hard with that. So I guess we gotta just see what they do with it. I'm just really curious to see how they handle Are they just gonna leave them alone and let them do their thing, or they're gonna definitely push some shit in Game Pass and make it day one?
Oh yes, it's definitely going in Game Pass.
I think that's probably the biggest catch.
As
soon as that shit closed down,
possible, like as soon as the deal closes,
they're putting everything in Game Pass for sure. Yeah,
all the Call of Duties is going in there. And that might steer people to get the next one on Xbox.
You think that might? Okay, so let me ask you this. If all Call of Duties, the legacy titles too, all drop in Game Pass, all the future Call of Duties will launch in Game Pass. Xbox will get maps first. Xbox will get betas and whatever they do, the early access first. Do you think this is enough to shift some sort of tide with the casual market? Do you think this weapon right there that they have is enough to do some sort of damage to the PlayStation quote unquote brand and their success, like will sway a lot of casual consumers over to the Xbox side? Do you think something like this will work? And PlayStation, like Call of Duty, will still be on PlayStation and not taken away off the platform, but everything's gonna look way more appealing on Xbox.
On Xbox, and that's a situation we've been in before with the 360 era, where Call of Duty looked way better on Xbox in terms of just
maps first, all of that.
Maps first and all that shit. And while I think it'll shift it can possibly shift the Call of Duty scene back over towards the Xbox side. I don't think PlayStation itself as a brand and as like them trying to sell consoles is gonna take a major hit for that, because like in that generation where PlayStation had it stumble at first, Xbox had the maps back then. They had all the Call of Duty shit first, and PlayStation still did, it did pretty much equal to what Xbox did. So, and that was with them stumbling. So I don't think they're gonna have much to worry about there. Call of Duty wise, yes, and what that can do in terms of monetization and money wise, that could definitely affect them there in terms
of your pockets a little bit, right?
Yeah, the digital side where people are buying cosmetics and stuff like that, and they might lose some coin there. They definitely might lose some coin there. But shit, I hope that happens. I really do.
You know
because
what?
I think it'll steer PlayStation in the direction where they need to be.
Exactly. I believe that too.
More in these multiplayer games and giving us these experiences 100%. That we can play outside of Call of Duty.
You know what?
That y'all create.
Because before we heard about this Activision Blizzard deal, like the public heard about this, you damn well know PlayStation already knew this was gonna happen. Like they know about this shit, this insider shit. I don't think this is a surprise for them. I really doubt it. They had to know that talks like this was happening. Nothing this big is kept like a secret like that, at least for the people in the know, right? So do you think maybe this is why PlayStation is claiming that they have like 10 live service games in development? You never know. Maybe this will push them to make more multiplayer games, like you're saying, and actually bring out some new shit.
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. I do think they see what Microsoft is doing, buying up all these studios, and they probably definitely had word. Like I think
definitely got word for sure.
I don't think it's a coincidence either that like the last few PlayStation Plus drops have been a lot of Activision games. Like I think they've been like seeing as much as they can get from Activision before this deal go through, and put it on their service to make it more appealing. But I think they know, like, all right, we finna lose Call of Duty. Let's invest. They also invest in Epic Games, and they make Fortnite. Let's invest there. Let's invest in these little smaller studios that are creating these multiplayer games that come from these old Call of Duty veterans and these old industry veterans that create new multiplayer experiences. That way, maybe they can create something, a flash in the pan. Maybe some shit could come out, and we could, have some success there. So I think you nailed it with that one.
Low-key, I think this is. I know some people would be like, this type of acquisition is kind of bad for the industry, but I don't know. Maybe this something great could come out of this. On all fronts. So you never know, bro. I think something great might come out of this. And Call of Duty is not leaving PlayStation at the end of the day if you're a PlayStation fan, right? I don't think it's leaving. It might look more appealing on Xbox, but you're still going to have the opportunities. And they're already doing features like crossplay and all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure all of that's going to continue. You know what I mean? As we move forward and crossplay and progression becomes more of a thing across platforms and stuff like that. So
I need this deal to go through tomorrow so we get more than a fucking concept art for Factions multiplayer from fucking Naughty Dog.
I really hope that game Factions turns out to be exactly what y'all wanted to be, because it seems like what Neil Druckmann is cooking up is not what y'all asked for, bro. It's not what y'all asked for.
I listen to that man talk. I'm like, nigga, this ain't nothing what we asked for.
This is not what you asked for.
We just wanted a more polished Factions one, some new new maps.
And that's it. That's
a couple more modes, and it sounds.
This shit's gonna have a story. This shit gonna have
like some PvE shit. I'm like, this shit
I really
like some
hope
Division Dark Zone with a story type shit.
Anyhow, this shit is anything like the Division, I'm laughing at y'all boys because I know y'all dropping that shit. Y'all niggas don't play no Division, bro. Oh my god, bro. Anyhow, that shit's like Division, I'm dying, bro. Because the way that they're talking, it sounds like this shit's gonna be something else. I don't know, but we're gonna see.
Right now.
We're gonna see. You know what? At least we can say that they're taking their sweet time with it and they're making sure it's up to snuff. You know, they're not just releasing some bullshit. You know, or y'all would have got it by now. So at least let them cook it up. It comes out right, and hopefully it turns out to be the multiplayer games that you guys wanted, the regular PvP type of style.
Yeah,
but we're gonna see how it turns out.
I'm cool if they do the PvE. Just do also traditional PvP modes with it too, and we see what it.
Question: free to play or $70? What's up? What do you think?
Full price if it's retail? Multiplayer only. Hopefully it's not $70, maybe like $40. But I want them to charge for it. I do want them to charge for it. They're talking about having a story. We all know Naughty Dog has some of the best visuals in the industry, so that's not gonna be cheap. I can't see them giving this away for free. I can't.
So you don't.
And I don't want them to. I don't want them to give it away for free either.
Okay.
I don't. I want them.
My second question is PC day one release. Do you believe that? Or you don't think so? How's sounding? Because I felt like if it was, they would have said it by now. Don't you think?
No, I still think it's a chance. I do still think it's a chance.
I'm leaning towards it's not on PC because I feel like they would have why not mention it by now? Like I don't know.
I just think because at this point they haven't showed us enough for them to even announce some PC shit. Like they know. So if you announce it coming to PC right now, like it'll be a lot of backlash because we don't even know what the fuck the shit is. You know what I'm saying? They took it out of out of Last of Us 2. We haven't seen anything of what they're working on, and then you say it's coming to PC. It's like, dog, we don't even know what the shit is, and you're already catering to another audience. Like,
I can see why. I can see why that's a problem. So maybe when we get like a gameplay reveal, like a proper reveal, then maybe they might not. They should announce it then if it is happening. But if we don't hear it then, it probably ain't coming then. I don't see not day one at least.
If they're doing the PvE shit, like if that's like the big focus of the game, I can see it coming to PC. Like,
but the thing is, like, I know people beyond that Last of Us multiplayer. You know what I mean? But like, how many people really beyond that for it to be like only on PlayStation? You think like with other competition on the platform, because you already know Call of Duty, the Fortnite, and the Apex, like. For it to only on, will it survive? That's my question. Will The Last of Us faction survive without a PC release and actually get a really good player base, like a really big player base? With all this, there's a lot of competition out here, and we already know what's the crossover going to be between all these other multiplayer games. Overwatch is going to come out, and that's probably going to make some noise. We're not into that shit, but I know a lot of people into Overwatch and shit like that. So my question is like, what's the chances of this game even like having some sort of legs? I guess we have to live to see it, right? Like, what's the real legs it's gonna be for this shit?
I think with this game, I just feel like with this one, they have to understand that this has to be their premium experience, and it might not hit like these other like free to play joints. But I just feel like this is the one that they have to. I don't want to say take a hit, but it's possible if you're gonna be charging like full price for it, and if you're keeping it on PS5 only and not on PC,
PS5 only, right?
A lot of the popular multiplayer games, you're right, are free to play. And I do think like out of those 10 games that they're making for multiplayer live service type shit, I do think some of those will be free to play. I do think
the industry is changing and the model's changing. Yeah, the model is clearly changing. Like it seems like to drop in a successful multiplayer these days, at least for it to be like stupid big. It definitely got to be free to play, but not everybody's doing that free to play, right? We've seen what Halo Infinite did. They didn't really do their rollout. Their season's good, whatever. Their battle pass a little weird, right? The content's not really up to snuff. So, but it seems like the free to play model is like we've seen with multiverses right now, right? Like that's a free to play, and a lot of people are on that joint, and people are really fucking with it, right? So, I'm just really curious on how it's gonna turn out. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I just got some questions. That's all.
The most I would accept is maybe like put it in a PlayStation Plus extra or premium tier. Like maybe do that, but don't make this shit free to play. Just don't.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess we're gonna find out when we get more announcements with it. But moving on, GTA. We got some tidbits from some insiders about GTA 6. So I think it's pretty much safe to confirm that it's gonna be Vice City.
Yes,
It's gonna be Vice City. I think we're hearing that from so many places that it gotta be it gotta be real at this point.
Yeah, it's been rumblings for years now that it's gonna be
Vice City.
Miami.
Is it modern day Vice City, or is it?
Yeah, that I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure about that.
There were rumors about it being like taking place in the 80s, but I don't know. I don't know if they would go back for a GTA.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I
I think it'll be kind of lame. I think they should do modern day Miami if they're
agree.
gonna do it. They shouldn't do.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so we did get some news, and we got some news. I saw you tweet out, "Not my GTA." Do you want to tell the people? Do you want to tell the people why you? Do you want to tell the people why you tweeted out, "Not my GTA"? You want to fill the people in?
Oh my god! let me set the record straight. I did tweet that out after the rumor came out. Let me just put y'all in on a little secret. The moment GTA 6 goes for sale, I'm buying that shit. I don't give a fuck what they put in. I don't give a fuck if they got chicks with dicks in the game. I'm buying this shit day one. All right, understand me. I was bullshitting on the timeline. All right, I that statement don't hold no water. Now, in terms of the rumors and speculation that we getting about pretty much GTA, and they're talking about how Rockstar, with the new culture that they're trying to set at the studios, a lot of the frat boy culture is gone. And they want to punch down less on ethnicities, minorities, groups of people that, get joked on a lot. And I feel like that's some bullshit. Because Rockstar, to me, like they kind of remind me of like South Park in that sense, where these games and the stuff that goes on in them, they don't care. Like they're here to make fun of everybody. They're here to joke on you regardless of your ethnicity. If you got two limbs, if you know what I mean? If you got a half-shaved head, if you're gay, it don't matter.
It don't matter, right? Everybody can catch it in these games,
everybody
right?
It's just it's like a parody on society. That's pretty much like how I take GTA.
Exactly that. That's why I hope those depictions are still kind of in there somewhat, because exactly that, like GTA, they just make fun of so much shit. Like with GTA 5, they're making fun of Hollywood culture, celebrities and shit. Remember the mission where a girl's getting piped out and you're doing like the camera chase, and you go and record them? Like I still want those type of like missions in the game, man. Like I really hope they don't really go down with the super like, oh, we gotta be super non-offensive to everybody type of situations. I feel like that's kind of the identity of GTA, is to be that type of game. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it that, as we gain more information in the world, like we do gotta be smarter, and certain things are not acceptable as they were before. I do understand that, but I feel like with certain things, like I hope they just don't suck out the soul of why we love these type of games. You know what I mean? Like I just hope that's not the case. But we don't have any concrete information yet, so we can't really judge. We did hear that we're gonna be playing with multiple characters this time, like GTA 5. I don't know if it's 2, 3, but there will be a female protagonist in there, and she's gonna be be Spanish, Latina, and I'm 100% with that. I'm 100% with that. I'm with that. I don't have no sort of problem with that, man. I'm not one of these people that like I can't play as a female or anything like that. That's just weird to me in general. That's weird to me. I've never been that. So I'm actually looking forward to that. But I'm just saying, like the overall like story and like what civilians say and how they do like the comedy of the game. I just hope it's not toned down. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
I hope it's not toned
down. Yeah, because we like GTA 5 has some shit in there. Like the way that boy Trevor used to do some wild shit in that game. And
exactly.
Was funny.
It was funny.
It was hilarious. Like that was the type of character. Like when you picture the hillbilly dude, like that's wild, that's off his rocker. Like Trevor is the exact like parody you would picture for how that person would.
And
act.
They even do it across black people too. The typical gangbanger. Yeah,
like
the typical gangbanger.
That's all typical like black hood
stereotype.
Shit.
Stereotype. Not all black people like that, but like what they did pick up, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that because it's like it really joked on everybody, and it did stereotypes for everybody, and Michael was like your typical con or blue collar type of snake type of shit. You know what I mean?
Kids, his wife fucking the personal trainer, and shit
personal
like that.
trainer, yeah. You know what I mean? I just hope it still has that kind of identity in the game, man, because that's why we love GTA, and obviously the freedom that it allows us in the game, man. So I'm looking forward to GTA 6. Can't wait till this shit drop.
All
The way it sounded, it got to
is,
be getting announced in the next 2 years for sure, at least.
I think that report was saying that it's like a few, like maybe like 2025. I think they were saying or some shit like that.
Oh wow,
2024,
yeah,
2025.
Yeah. You know what? Doesn't Rockstar have a history of announcing a game? Obviously, it gets delayed, but don't they announce a game and it usually released the same year though? Like, or no, or did it? Yeah, it released the same year.
What? No, not when they announce it. Hell no.
Not when they announce it, or it releases the following year. What's
like? It's usually like Rockstar announce a game and then that should get delayed. And
at least once.
Once or twice. Like it'd be like 1 or 2 years after it's announced that it'll come out.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to GTA 6. You know what I mean? I just hope that, I know the world has changed since GTA 5. I just hope that it still has its identity, as well as taking, I guess, certain themes and subjects into consideration, but still being the fun game that, we love to play.
All I know is if they drop a trailer and the Latina chick got a half-shaved head, boy, I'm disliking that shit. I'm disliking the video, no.
You already know it's gonna be customizations for the hairs and stuff too, so you're gonna be good.
Yeah, nah, I need a, you know what I mean, a sexy Latina, sexy
right?
Latina mommy, you know what I'm saying?
Can't have her looking like Aloy out here, you know what I mean? We can't have her I'm just joking. We actually got a super chat from Aaron. He says, "Glad to see y'all fellas out here doing well. Thank you. I appreciate it."
Shout out to Aaron. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Aaron. All right, so let's move on. We got a couple of topics we to nail before we get out of here, yo. The PS5 got an update. Update that people been waiting for a really long time, J-Man. 1440p support is finally coming to the PS5, as well as some other features. What other features come to the PS5? What else?
I'm in the beta right now. I don't think I'm utilizing any of these features.
Oh yeah, but you're in the beta, so tell us about it.
Yeah, so there's definitely 1440p support now for the PS5. I know that was a big thing that people were talking. Like a lot of PC gamers who have 1440p monitors, they were talking about that. And also, I felt like if you did have a 1440p monitor, it would like default your games to 1080p. I think it was, because there's no support for 1440p. So. I know that is there. I don't think it supports VRR at the moment.
Not 1440p, yeah.
Right,
pretty sure that's confirmed
right now. Yeah, so it does support the HDR and things of that nature. What else is in the beta? I know they had the shit with the 3D audio. I think they had like some more settings for the 3D audio.
I think it lets you reverse it, so I guess you couldn't hear the difference between 3D audio and just a regular stereo. I think it was some shit like that I read.
Yeah, there's I was playing with that set. I don't have like any setup for the 3D audio, like or headphones or anything. But yeah, there's like two options. You go to stereo and you go to 3D audio. Yeah. But even without like headphones for it, you can still tell the difference. Like they have like waterfalls playing in the background, and you can like hear different parts of the waterfall like around your head and stuff like that, versus it being like just two sounds coming from the left and the right. It's like it just feels like it's more all around you.
All right, that's dope.
What else they got in the beta? Hold up, let's see.
Yeah, I'm not too keen. I'm not part of the beta. All I remembered is the 1440p support, because that's what people really was asking for a long time.
Folders, the folder shit, and so they call them game list, but pretty much in your library section, you can now sort those games into folders.
Yeah. But not on the main menu.
It's not on the main menu. You can't put stuff from folders on the main menu. But I don't know. They might add it soon. I really don't give a fuck. I actually kind of like the PS5 UI
as it is, right? Loki is
I don't
fine,
think I need folders. I'm good.
For the gaming that I do, I guess on PlayStation, since it's not really my primary, but I do game a lot on it in comparison to like my other platforms and stuff like that. Like everything that it's doing for me right now is getting the job done for me personally. Like I'm never gonna complain for more features coming to a platform. I will never do that. But as for me, like if they left this shit alone, I think I'll be alright, bro. To be honest, bro, it's doing everything that I needed to do.
People
personally
want
for me
and stuff like that too, and
I don't see how that's gonna work though. So because with each icon it has like a art for each icon. So how does themes even work on a PS5? Yeah. You guys gotta show me examples, because I don't even know how that would even work.
That's what I say. Like, I like that. Like, each icon has its own
It's
art, and some games
yeah.
even have like specific music and shit like that
Your
that
music, yeah.
plays
So I think
in
that's
the
pretty dope as
background.
is. But
Yeah, I like it
it
like
is what
that.
it is.
I'm good. I'm good on
Yeah.
the themes.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
else did
sir.
they added? Some new social features for like the screen share stuff. I think you can request party members to share their screen, join game notifications, other little shit, sending stickers and profile, view friends profile and stuff like that. Some other additions to that. So nothing major.
Okay.
The
Okay.
biggest thing was the
The
1440p support.
1440p. All right, that's cool, man. More features
Hmm.
coming to the PS5, so that's dope. We always gonna champion that. All right. Have you ever heard of a product that's been on the market for like 2, 3, 4 years or whatever how long it is? Get a price increase? Have you ever seen some shit like that
Bruh,
before?
I don't never in my life.
I don't
Not in
think I've seen some shit
electronics.
like that before.
Never in
Especially,
electronic.
especially when it's a like when you think of electronics and technology, as time goes on, aren't they supposed to get cheaper? Like, what's going on here
Right.
with this?
Yeah, usually parts become cheaper to
Cheaper, right?
manufacture, and that in turn, the consumers get a discount in the price. Like prices go down.
Yeah. So the Oculus, so the Oculus is pretty much getting $100 price increase.
That's
People,
crazy.
if you don't know.
And I was gonna buy an Oculus soon. I still want one, so I think
Hey,
a
I
couple
think you
days.
you have to buy it soon then, because it's not. It doesn't take effect until wait. Is it August or wait September?
It's
Which one is it?
August.
Ooh, then you might be
I
too
think it
late.
is
Then I don't know.
August. Yeah, because I never. I was confused. I'm like, I thought this was like them announcing like a
A
new
new one.
Oculus. Yeah, a new one coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's only gonna be $100 more. And then I'm reading the article. I'm like, wait, this shit is going up in price. And they're pretty much saying like it's costing them more to like manufacture it and get it shipped and stuff like that. So they putting that price pretty much up because of that. And I'm just like,
So
the
before the
fuck?
Oculus Quest 2, the base price for I believe the 128 gig model, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's that one, I think it was $299. That's what
Yeah.
the price was before US. And
Yep.
what's the other one? Is it 256? Is it 256?
Um,
Or is it higher than
let me
that?
the gig. You talking about the
The
price?
gigs, yeah, between the two models. Is the next one up 256?
Yes, it's a 128 and a 256. Yep.
Okay, and that one is 399.
Yep.
Right? So now the price of the base one is going up $100. So the 128 gig is going to be 399,
Yep.
and the 256 is going to be 499. Am I correct?
Jesus. Yep.
So my question to you, what do you think if parts cost this much to manufacture Oculus Quest 2, what the hell do you think the PSVR 2 is going to cost now then after seeing this shit? If they're up in the price of this.
So, yeah, I've been on the train of PSVR is gonna be $399. PlayStation is gonna stick to that price. That's what they launched the original one at. That's pretty much the point that they've been hitting with their consoles in some capacity. I know PS5 had two models. One was $399, one was $499. But at some capacity, $399 has been there as an option for consumers to buy. After this report, this shit making me think that the PSVR gonna be $499
Might be 499,
minimum,
right? Yeah,
minimum.
that might be the base. That might be the base price.
Cause they making it seem like these part, and this is an Oculus Quest 2. This shit ain't new. Like this is like
Yeah,
PSVR is gonna have way
as
better
better
tech
as better
in it,
technology. Exactly, like the
right?
lenses and shit, and it outputs a higher resolution, I believe, and
Yes,
and a higher frame rate, I think, as well. So you already know the displays on the goggles is much higher. Um,
expensive.
it's gonna have to be pricey. I'll be so shocked if it's 399 like you were saying. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. That means they're taking
So
a hit somewhere. Then they got to be taking a hit.
yeah,
And
and
I
they
don't think
might.
PlayStation wants to do that. I don't think PlayStation wants to do that today, though.
I feel like they took a hit probably with the first
They
VR,
did?
and I feel like they did just because they
Yeah,
they
I'm not
they,
too
they
sure
knew
about
it
that.
was a new tech and that people might not invest into it completely now, but just something they want to get people's eyes on. And I don't maybe if they did the first one, maybe they don't want to take a hit again. But
Yeah.
what somebody was pointing out to me though was an article that he feels like Facebook they lost a lot of money on their last like quarterly reportings or something like that. They were down. So he was thinking that they're trying to help offset the loss that they had last quarter and by increasing some of the prices of their products like Oculus or something like that. So it could be that. and maybe PlayStation doesn't face or Sony doesn't face that same thing. But
That could be. It could be something like that. It could be.
but shit, they lost money too on their last report as well. So
You know what? I think everybody's down, to be honest. Like the whole economy's kind of like been in shambles. So I think everything is just kind of fucked up right now, and just in the world in general.
Right. I mean, people back to work, and then on top of that, prices for everything is higher.
It's high, yeah.
Everything is high, so you got to prioritize. Like people ain't got time to game, and they ain't got the money to buy games and shit like that too. So.
Yeah, I think what makes I got myself an Oculus Quest 2. I rarely use it. I'm not like the VR guy, but what made it appealing to me was that low barrier entry price point. You know what I mean? When you buy that, it's a full built-in PC, and you get some really dope experiences. You have virtual desktop. You could play your Steam games, virtual desktop. So it was a pretty low entry barrier. So for this one, you're gonna need a PS5, which is pretty expensive. Over here, like $700. Then you're gonna pay $499 for a headset. Yo, it's a pretty big investment, yo. Pretty big investment for VR, bro. You know what I mean? So I guess there's a lot of interesting stuff that's happening in the gaming industry. We're gonna just see how some shit turn out, yo. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're gonna see how shit turn out.
You think PSVR comes out this year at all?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I say early next year, maybe like March or April. They probably.
Okay, we in August, September. I feel like we would know about it if it was coming out this year. To be honest, it doesn't seem like the time windows, like the time gap is a little narrow, like for like the crazy marketing push and stuff. Like it seems like it would be. I don't know,
but I don't know. PlayStation is being weird right now with a lot of shit. Like
I feel like just the whole God of War, a little bit longer.
Well, something like this, you definitely want to market it.
A little bit longer, the hardware.
With the price, if the price is going to be something higher than
and you have to show people like, yo, this is amazing, and why to spend $399 or $499 for it, right? That takes a little bit of time to like, you have to do shit. It seems like it's a little too soon for them to launch this year. So I'm thinking maybe Q1, Q2 next year. That seems about right.
That next showcase gonna have to be fire because they got like I'm just looking at PlayStation like they first party wise we don't know shit outside of SpiderMan for next year, and then PSVR we saw a few games but we don't know the price, we don't know the release date, and we don't know their future template. Like what the hell is coming after SpiderMan and Wolverine? Like we don't know shit.
So they got a lot to show. They might have a lot of third party deals. That's for first party. Like all right, let's. Yeah. Like, we could break down the studios really quick. We know what Polyphony Digital is doing. They just dropped GT7. Are they dropping another GT anytime soon? No. They're just supporting the game, so they're not making anything. Okay. Well, they're not making anything new as of right now. Yeah. We know that Sucker Punch,
Guerrilla just dropped Horizon.
Guerrilla just dropped Horizon. We know that they're working on... I don't know if they're making the VR game or...
Yeah, they're in conjunction with Fire Sprite. So
with Fire Sprite. And there's rumors that they're working on some sort of multiplayer game. That's like the rumor right now. So we know something like that.
Probably Horizon DLC.
That makes a lot of sense. Sucker Punch, they just dropped Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut with the DLC. Do you think Ghost of Tsushima 2 will be ready? We already know they're working on a sequel. That's just a fact.
When did Ghost? That was 2019 or 2020?
No.
What the fuck was that?
No, it wasn't 2019. Well, 2019 was the year of Death Stranding, wasn't it? So it can't be that then.
Oh,
because I remember that 2020.
Yeah,
so it seems
same year as Last of Us.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that, yo?
I think maybe next year we'll see maybe a trailer for something they're working on, like an announcement trailer. But
it's a fast turnaround if they drop another Ghost next year, though. That's a really fast turnaround. It can't be much different then. It won't be much different if they did.
Yeah, no. Just a trailer, maybe announcement teaser type shit.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. I expect it to be quiet.
Media Molecule. What they cooking up? What they cooking up right now?
Unemployment, nigga. They need to be collecting. They need to be cooking up the unemployment checks. So head to the office, pick those up.
Yeah, we know Insomniac making SpiderMan, Wolverine. They already laid down their games. Maybe they got a third game in development. Who knows?
A multiplayer game. They announced they're working on a multiplayer game too.
Okay.
So
what else?
A lot of these studios making multiplayer games on the side as well. Like Insomniac, Guerrilla.
What else? Ben is working on a new IP that's not coming out anytime soon. That's just facts.
Nah.
Their new IP is not coming out anytime soon. So we can't even look forward to that. What else studios did I miss that they got?
They got
Santa Monica. Well, Santa Monica is apparently making a multiplayer too. Didn't they say that or no?
Santa Monica?
Or am I getting that wrong?
I know Cory Barlog is working on a game. that he's directing, and then you got God of War Ragnarok. So
okay, so maybe they got so they got another game cooking up.
yeah.
What else? What else studios they got? I'm trying to even.
Nixus, they doing PC ports.
They doing
probably.
PC ports. I don't know.
What
Naughty Dog
yeah.
factions,
Factions,
right?
Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, it might have to be third party stuff.
Might be, yeah, I think it might be a lot of third party stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm low key thinking PlayStation
Unless we
cutting a lot of third party deals, bro. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, unless we get surprised by like them making side games and I think the multiplayer shit. The 10 multiplayer games is like the shit that they're gonna probably try to like push.
Okay, somebody said they got Blue Point. Blue Point could be making some sort of remake, so they could be making some. What did they just drop? They did Demon Souls, right?
Yeah.
So they got to be working. They're definitely cooking up something. Hopefully it's that Bloodborne. Hopefully it's a Bloodborne remake, man. That will go crazy. All will be forgiven if they're making a Bloodborne remake, yo. All will be forgiven. I kind of
want them to do their own thing. Like I want them to make their own game.
I don't. I actually don't. I'm on the side of
Blue Point to make their
I'm
own.
on the side of let Blue Point recreate classic PlayStation franchises because PlayStation has a huge catalog of legacy titles that they literally could just pull from and introduce them to a whole new generation of gamers and reintroduce them to older games I used to play them back in the day. I feel like they could just live off doing that because their catalog is extensive. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like that's their bread and butter. You know what I mean? Like I want them to just do what they're good at, yo. If you're good at recreating shit, yo, then recreate the shit. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it.
I don't know. I feel like they got to take, because even with the recreations of the games, like the remakes that they do, they don't really take too many chances with those. Like the visuals be mind blowing, like they're stunning. But in terms of like the gameplay, they don't really do it like Resident Evil and shit like that, where they changing shit up.
They change little stuff, like what Demon Souls they change a little bit. Yeah,
right, like the omnidirectional stuff with the rolling and stuff like that. But I feel like they're so talented in the visual aspect, like they got that on lock. You give them another 100 employees or something to develop their own shit, I feel like they could do some shit and test the waters. You never know what they got.
You never know. You never know.
Challenge themselves. You never
know. Yo, didn't they develop their own game? Was it Brink? Am I correct or am I wrong about that? Did they make Brink or is this, Did they make Brink? Or am I thinking about a different studio? Hold on, let me Google it. Google's my friend
right now. Nah, they didn't do Brink.
Nah, they I swear they made their own game before. Or no, am I bugging?
No, Gravity Rush,
Blue Point,
port.
Nah, they didn't, huh?
Only thing I see is Blast Factor. That
I never heard of it. Never heard.
Yeah, that was a little small PlayStation.
Okay, then I don't know. I'm thinking of somebody else. And if they didn't do Brink, I'm thinking of somebody else. Then.
Yeah, so they really haven't, like, everything else has been like ports and remasters and remakes. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think they even said they want to. I get what you're saying. Like the IP that PlayStation got, and those like they got. It says they got like 70 plus employees. So they cranking out remakes with that size studio. Like I feel like
it's pretty small. It's pretty small.
Yeah, they could have like remakes in the work as well as work on like their own shit too.
Yeah.
See though.
All right, yo, people in the chat. Hopefully y'all enjoying the conversations. It's always a pleasure talking with my boy J-Man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And, a little show of support by just hitting the like button. That's it. You know what I mean? We're gonna wrap up the show soon. We got a few more announcements I just want to go over. Then we got 2 questions from the channel members. Become a channel members and send in your question. Would appreciate it, all for 99 cents, I believe, or $1 or $2 or something like that. Become a channel member. I'm gonna start blessing these boys, doing giveaways and shit soon when I come back from my vacation. So become a channel member, support the channel. All right, so J-Man, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, the remake. Yeah. A lot of people were hyped for this joint. This shit been delayed indefinitely, bro. It's been delayed indefinitely. So pretty much, I think Sony got, like a little piece of what they're working on. I said, nah, fam. Gotta go back to the drawing board. This shit look foo-foo, bro. So I don't know, man. This game got delayed, man. A lot of people were looking forward to this shit. I was never a big KOTOR fan, so I'm not gonna front like I am. I never played this shit like that. So
that's why I was kind of looking forward to the remake because I never played it and I heard so many good things about it. So I was like, I'll be damned if I go back and play the old one. So like a remake would be nice. But when I seen who was making the remake, I didn't have a lot of faith in the game. Period. Like,
what's the studio?
Who are these dudes?
Oh, is it random?
Aspire? You ever heard of them?
Never heard of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what have they made? Like, are they people that made the previous game and the former developers. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. So if they are people that made previous Star Wars games, then I guess that makes sense. But I've never heard of them before, so I wasn't that thrilled to to hear that they were working on a remake. But I was looking forward to seeing what they had, like what they were working on. And apparently it's been in like 3 years of work that they had, and then out of nowhere it was like they fired the lead director and shit like that. So
Yeah. I guess we gotta. I guess this game ain't coming out anytime soon. Then, so the people put on their list, they gotta fall back. That shit ain't coming out anytime soon, boy.
it's been Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and KOTOR on the PlayStation gamers list. One of those games is delayed indefinitely. Wolverine, we don't know when that shit coming out. That's what I'm saying. Like this shit looking kind of spooky over the PS5 after this year, man. So we'll see.
Nah, I think they're gonna hold us off. PlayStation's probably gonna do some crazy deals with, like, we got the Final Fantasy 16 coming out, so they're probably gonna just do a lot of third-party deals, yo. Lock up some of these games and make them exclusive on their platform until their games are ready. But they've been surprising us, yo. They be pulling out some games out their ass sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where they come up with these games, yo. So
some of these indies been hitting this year with the. I mean, Stray was a phenomenon in terms of just popularity.
So far, I'm playing it. The gameplay is a little bit. It's not, the platforming's a little weird, bro. It's like you don't jump yourself really per se. Like it's a little weird. It's hard to explain. It's not your typical type of platformer with Stray, yo. Like. You know what I mean? But I'm really early on the game, so it hasn't really got good to me yet. So far, it's just whatever. I'm gonna try and beat it before I go on my wedding honeymoon vacation, but I probably doubt I will. I think it's short though. It's like 5 hours. They said.
Yeah, 5 hours.
5 hours. Maybe I can. Maybe like a 5 hour
playtime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But back on that KOTOR shit though, like I don't know, like how bad, like what did Sony, I want to know, see to get on board with this game at first, and then like how bad was the showing recently for them to be like, nah. this shit ain't up to snuff.
I think just off brand, like the Star Wars brand in general is just fucking huge in general. So I can see why Sony would want to be a part of it, because it's fucking Star Wars. Jedi Fallen Order probably did over 10. I think it sold over 10 million. I think even more than that, yo. It is a pretty decent number of sales. So the Star Wars brand is huge. We already know KOTOR has like a big gamer reputation. Like people keep on be talking about KOTOR. You know what I mean? So I can see why they got behind this shit, but it clearly wasn't up to snuff of what they liked. So maybe they had to shake some shit up, get some new people in there, and it's probably gonna come out at a way later date. So.
Fired. I like the move though. Like motherfuckers ain't getting the job done. Fire they ass.
I actually agree with that, yo.
You wasting 3 years of resources and this some bullshit that you created. Get the fuck up out of here. Niggas ain't got time to be wasting money and resources like that. So hopefully they can pick themselves back up. All that work to go to waste would be a shame. But hey man, business is business. Gotta do your job. What it is.
All right, yo. Let's do these 2 questions from the channel members. This one's from Dismal Dave. He says, what is your personal game of the year so far, or are you still waiting on one? Also, what do you think will be the top 5 nominees for this year's Jeff Keighley's award show? I guess let's answer the first question together first. What's your personal game of the year so far, or are you still waiting on one?
I definitely got a personal game of the year. Of course, is Horizon Forbidden West still. I do think it's going to be dethroned. I think it could be dethroned. I'm still like, I want to play Elden Ring. I still got to get through Elden Ring. Like, there's a possible chance that Elden Ring could even dethrone it for me. Like, I'm not an Elden Ring hater. I just love Horizon, so it might come off that way. But God of War Ragnarok, like I've been playing through the first game, and that shit is still just fantastic. Still a great fucking game. And I'm just imagining, like, wow, from that first trailer we seen, the differences in terms of like the gameplay and stuff weren't like
a lot more vertical,
shit,
man.
This shit like looks completely different. But if it has everything the first one had, but they just add into it, I'm okay with that, because that first game is incredible. Like if these realms are bigger, more explorable, they have more characters to meet, more quests to do, and the story is just rich. I think the story in this game is going to be very rich. It's a lot of quest lines in God of War Ragnarok that need answering and needs to wrap up, like Thor, Odin, The black chick, I
It's a
forget her
lot.
name. What's her name? Not
It's
Faye,
long.
Freya.
It's long as fuck. I know who you're talking about. The black chick. Her name
Yeah,
is long as fuck. I
yeah.
don't even know how to pronounce it. I ain't even gonna try to help you pronounce that shit,
Ambergoda
bro.
or
It's
some
something
wild shit.
crazy. Something crazy. It's long as hell,
Yeah,
yo. I know who you're
Loki,
talking
and
about.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like it's a lot of shit in that story that I think could make it incredible, and then the gameplay is already good, so they just got to add to that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
those are probably the two games I could see being my game of the year.
Currently, my game of the year is a tie. It was between Sifu and Elden Ring, to be honest. Those are probably my two favorite games I played this year.
Yeah,
Is there one that could shake things up? Definitely, like J-Main said, God of War Ragnarok, probably one of my most anticipated games. Like you said, as long as they just fix certain gripes that man's had with the first game, like give us different boss fights. Not we don't want to fight trolls, different variations of trolls. You know what I mean? Give us different boss fights. At least if they fix that, a lot of people are gonna be happy. They already came out and said the game's a lot more vertical. We seen in the
yeah,
trailer where Kratos is like climbing different type of. You can't jump in the game, but he's using his blades of chaos to like go elevate in different levels, right? To fight different
yeah.
enemies here and come down, like stuff like that. I feel like takes the gameplay to another level too. And we're obviously, I don't think this is gonna be a no spoiler. We're obviously gonna get a new weapon with Thor's hammer. We're obviously
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get it.
yeah, absolutely. Can't
Nilmir or
wait.
whatever how you pronounce it. So he already has ice, fire, and it's gonna be lightning. So that's gonna be super dope. A lot of people think Kratos is gonna die in this game. I'm willing to say right now he's not gonna die in this game. I'm willing to bet money.
Yeah,
I'm willing
I
to
don't
bet
think
money
so
to
either.
anybody. He's not dying in this game.
Yeah.
I think that thing we seen at the end of God of War 2018. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a spoiler, but you should have done played the game by now. I think it's just to throw people off. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it's
Yeah.
just to throw you off. Kratos will not die this God of War. I'm willing to
That
put money on it.
prophecy and shit like that. Because
Yes,
I
sir.
think it showed him dying at the hands of Atreus. So
Yeah,
his
yeah,
his whole point is to stop the cycle of kids killing their parents.
yeah,
So I think that's gonna be a real big, point in this
yeah,
game to try and
yeah,
stop that. So
yeah. So yeah, I
um,
don't believe that's gonna happen. But to answer his other part of his question with the nominees, what do you think is gonna be top five so far? And I guess the future, I think God of War is gonna sit pretty there for sure. Elden
yeah,
Ring,
Elden Ring,
100%,
of course.
100% is gonna sit pretty there. Um,
And I think Sifu has a chance. I think
I
to
don't
get
think
in that.
so. I don't think so.
They
The
usually
funny
try and
thing is
put
that
some
game
type of indie
deserves
game.
it. That game
Mhm.
deserves it, but I don't think it's gonna be Sifu. I feel like there's an indie game that came out that's already got more like attention. I feel like even Stray got a little bit more attention than Sifu.
Stray did, but I ain't played it yet, so I can't really say. But I do think
Sifu's a way
Sifu
better
is the
game.
better
From what I
game.
played already, is way better, bro. I'm telling you
give
right
you
now.
that.
2 minutes, fuck the 30 minutes I played of Stray versus what I played. I can already tell it's not even comparison. It's not a comparison. Sifu fucking crushes that game. I think that game
like-
is probably gonna be in contention for best indie game. But you already know some artsy fartsy that came out that nobody played is gonna end up winning that shit. It always goes to some shit like that. You know what I mean? Some game that no one fucking played that is gonna win that shit.
Oh, Bayonetta 3? Bayonetta 3.
What else? I guess Horizon does have a chance to get nominated. Look, what else came out this year?
I think Horizon could get nominated this
I think
year.
it might get nominated then. If it's 5, I'm thinking of what else?
Yeah, what else? Shit.
Yeah, Horizon. Okay,
Xenoblade? No, Xenoblade 3?
I think that's
I don't
gonna be
see
RP.
it
I
getting
don't see that getting nominated. I think that's gonna be RPG category, bro. It will be in. It will be in there. Not game of the year. You're definitely right. An indie game has to be in there. They always do it. So
always some
God
type
of
of indie
War, Elden Ring, Horizon. I think those are for sure given.
What else did we have coming?
I can't think of 2 more, to be honest. That's all. Yeah, this year has been a little weird, yo.
It's been, yeah.
I guess Bayonetta 3, we gotta see. We gotta wait and see. Because Platinum's a hit or miss studio. Like, so far with the Bayonetta games, I think all of them have been fire. We'll see how Bayonetta 3 turn out. Let's see if this is gonna be a brick by Platinum, but they're kind of a hit or miss type of studio, so we don't really even know until I play that shit. I can't really
Xenoblade, I mean, it's sitting at an 89 on Metacritic, so that's definitely a
pretty
positive
high.
reception
Pretty
there.
positive.
I don't know. The conversation is just not as allowed for that game as the
Yeah,
others.
the community. Yeah, the other like a game like Elden Ring has a huge community, bro. Like
Right.
that all like Solo Her, like all of that shit, like it's huge, bro. God of War is not. I don't think it's it's gonna probably be actually it does have a big community. On my front end, God of War has a huge community as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's probably gonna make a lot of noise when it drops on the timeline. You're gonna hear people talk about it for a really long time. Horizon is not it's so.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the last 2 games would be, to be honest. I don't know. Callisto Protocol drops in December, but so it's missing the window.
Yeah, it's not eligible.
It's missing the window. I would have definitely put that in because that game looks like it's gonna be fire. But I don't know. I don't know what would be the other 2 games, to be honest. I think it's a toss-up between some indies, Bayonetta, and maybe, I don't know.
Maybe Xenoblade.
Xenoblade. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Something might have to surprise us.
Yeah.
Imagine
all right, this question.
Fire.
Saints, bro, come on, bro. I mean, Saints Row looks boo-boo. I only know 2 niggas hyping that game, and it's Strictly and fucking Tony, bro. Those are the only 2 niggas I know hyping that shit, bro. That shit.
Oh no, it's one more. It's this chick on the
Who else?
I forget her name, but it's some chick on the timeline that.
Nah, those are only mans I know hyping up that shit, bro. That shit does not look good, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It does not look good at all. This question is from Gian the Don. He says, "Is the gaming industry making games for a younger generation of gamers nowadays, such as from ages 12 to 21? And if so, how do you feel about games made compared to when you were younger?" Games made today versus when I was younger. Games made when I was younger, like I play a lot of old school and classic games, and what I noticed right away is the content in them is very low. The content is bare bones in old school games for a lot of old school games, and they're quick to beat.
Yeah.
But what about those games? What made us play for so many years? I guess it just had for fun factor. Replayability were really high in those type of games back in the day too. Like you were playing like Sonic 2. Yeah, you're playing Sonic 2 games like Soul Calibur, like and Dead or Alive. You're unlocking costumes back in the day. Nowadays, when you play games, you gotta buy the costumes and shit like that. Where you gotta back in the day, like Dead or Alive 2, you gotta run through survival. You gotta run through the story mode. You gotta run through survivor mode with the characters and stuff like that, and a whole bunch of shit just to unlock content to keep you playing the game. Games are not really designed like that too much this time. Now, if there's some cosmetic shit, you got to pull out the credit card and buy that shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's the difference between games nowadays versus
like,
when I was younger.
It's like the attention span too. Like I think the attention span, they know gamers have so many games to play these days. Like a child today versus when we were younger, like you get a good game like a month and like you gonna master that shit. Like you playing that shit in and out,
so
fucking
you're good, so
forwards
really
and backwards.
good, bro.
So you smashing everybody on the block. Pause. Like now, like gamers have nowadays gamers. The kids, they just have access to so many games, so they have to create a system within the game to keep the kid coming back, and that's why you have things like the battle pass and seasons and shit like that. And that younger audience, they like that shit because it's like, all right, they fighting for my attention over here, so let me go play Destiny for a couple months. Oh shit, they dropping some new characters over there on Multiverse. They fight for me over there. Let me go play that shit. Like, so they have to design this shit around there. So yeah, they definitely are designing games for a younger audience.
Yeah, definitely. Gaming has definitely changed over the years, yo. Like I said, man, back in the day, you get one of these games, you finish it in 5 hours, bro. Even less. Some of these old school games, you beat that shit in 2 hours. But the funny thing is, when I remember growing up playing like a game like Sonic, yo, like it took me long because it's the 3-man life. When you die in that shit, like it's over. You gotta start all over from the beginning, right? So, but once you got good at the game, you literally run through the game in an hour, yo. Like
like all them arcade games, like Contra and shit, them shits take like an hour and a half, 2 hours to beat. But because you have to like pay quarters and you only get 3 men, the shit probably felt like it took you forever because you have to pay money and then you lose 2 men, you start all the way from the beginning.
Growing up,
once they created save slots and save points, that was it. Checkpoints, that was it. Changed the whole industry.
Growing up, I played a whole lot of fighting games from Project Justice, Marvel vs. Capcom. I was really big. Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur. Like those were like. I used to play them locally too. I felt like there was a big focus on locally since online gaming obviously wasn't a thing, J-Man, right? So it was always getting together and playing with you know, either your family or friends at the crib and shit like that. So those type of fighting games too, yo, like when you really look at that, like I remember popped in the game, I'm like, damn, I only got 3 modes, bro. Like that's it, bro. You got a little training mode, you got arcade and versus, and that's it, bro.
That's it.
Yo. Now they put a whole bunch of shit in games, bro. They put a whole bunch of shit in games to always try to get you to come back and play some shit, yo. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Good Gaming, man. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be back. Gonna be a while. Like I said, I'm going on my honeymoon, wedding, all of that, vacation, all of that for 2 weeks. So I ain't gonna be here for a bit. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. I just want to say a big thank you to J Main for pulling up.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Thank
on
you.
your boy, talking some games is always a pleasure. You know what I mean? I definitely do miss, aspects of this is talking with the boys about games and shit on the podcast.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure.
But at least we also bros, yo. So we always can get together and do stuff. You never know, a reunion episode might pop up around like a E3 time, and we might have to do something like that. You know what I mean? So
low key, this would have. I know you're gonna be going, but this would have been a good reunion week because our boy Alex was wilding, so we need to have a little intervention and reel him back in and give him a little pow pow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's been running wild since we haven't been. You know what I mean? He's been running wild. So he's been running wild. Yeah,
crazy on the timeline.
He's
so
definitely
shout out
going
to
crazy,
Alex.
man. Big shout out to Alex, man. Shout out to Jack too, man. They're all doing their thing. We got a super chat from Dismal Dave. He says, "Great show. I appreciate it. So you know what I mean. One thing y'all could do to support me is just hit the like button and keep it moving, man. You know what I mean. So we out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, and we'll see you guys. You know what I mean. I'll see you guys real soon, man. You know what I mean. The next time y'all see me, your boy will be a married man, man. So."
Yes, sir.
Man.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, man. All right, yo. We out of here. Y'all be safe.